Our celebration of Delmarva continues, and in this case, it's a celebration of what happened over the past year. Now, I'm not talking about the yuck that happened with the pandemic. We're, I guess you say, choosing to focus on the good.
In this case, we are talking about the good that came from the boy who loved butterflies but hated caterpillars. Tell you what, how about if we try to make sense of all that for you this afternoon? To do that, we are welcoming back to Delmarva Life author Tim Lee, joining us via Zoom, along with composer Kent Lee. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So we talked to you guys, gosh, I guess it's been a year now since we last talked to you. Tim, for those who didn't catch that, could you revisit what we're talking about here?
Yeah, well, in 2016, I had a manuscript for a book called The Boy Who Loved Butterflies But Hated Caterpillars. And it was just an idea of how we want something at the end, but we don't want to go through the process to get it. And even though he was not impatient, he was kind of unknown or unknowing, ignorant to the process of how a butterfly becomes a butterfly. So in 2020, I actually had the book published, and now it's animated. So I'm very excited to have worked with Kent Lee on the musical score and a host of other people who made this happen.
So it's an animated short. What is a short?
Well, a short is just like, I think Michael Jackson's Thriller is the best example of a short. It's not a movie, it's not a TV show, it's not a full length, 30 minutes. It's just a short, almost like abbreviated show, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not as long as the typical presentations are.
So Kent, how in the world did you guys get this done during a pandemic?
Well, I think the pandemic allowed us to get it done, honestly, because I had a little more time than I would normally have.
Okay.
Being in lockdown, and so I was able to take that time, take that free time. I was able to go to a workshop via Zoom that was supposed to happen in New York and learn about film scoring.
And about a week,
for film scoring and composing. And a week after that, Tim and we talked, and I was able to put all of the skills that I would previously learned into practice. And then after that, it was just a process of really making it happen and working with other people and collaborating and getting all the schedules synced together, and people having different situations, family situations or schedule situations. And I think that the pandemic, although it may have been frustrating sometimes, or there was an unknown, it allowed us to make it happen. It was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So Tim, tell us about the feedback you've received on the project.
Well, it's really been amazing feedback. I had a narrator who Kent helped to, put his voice in the project as well. He was 8 years old at the time, Gavin Simmons. His family has absolutely loved it. They are knowing that he is going to go into, entertainment and sports in some ways. People are saying that it was really, really touching. The music was really, really, really fitting. The sound effects, it has been a great response.
Okay, for those of us who have not seen it, how can we see it?
Well, it's on the YouTube page that I've created for children. It's called Tim Lee and Friends. There are so many children of color who don't really see themselves in cartoons and animations. So we put it out there in that on that forum.
So Kent, what's next for you guys? Gonna do another collaboration?
Tim always has ideas, and I hope that he will allow me to help him in the future. I'm working on a musical entitled Evander, and I'm feeling very, very blessed. I feel very, very grateful. I'm taking one day at a time. And so I'm looking forward to the future.
And I think it's a bright one, indeed.
No kidding.
Author Tim Lee and composer Kent Lee, thank you both for joining us this afternoon. Good luck with the future projects.